Don't drink and scoot. It sounds pretty simple, right? Like Jelena, alcohol and electric scooters, or anything self-driven for that matter, are not compatible, but it's happening. So today, we want to send a very clear message, a big, fat, stonking reminder. Scooting, great. Drinking, in moderation, also great. Scooting and drinking, really not great. But before we kick things off, please do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're feeling extra specially generous, then please do sign up to our Patreon page because we always need your help and support to make more videos just like this. Some rants, some not so ranty, but anyway, please do sign up if you are able to. Ah, look at us. We've made it. The sun is shining, the smell of barbecue is in the air, people are meeting up and learning how to socialize again after a long lockdown, and many of us are treating ourselves to a lovely pub garden pint. We're all getting a little bit giddy with the taste of real life again, but that doesn't mean common sense has to fly out the window. As more e-scooter rental trials hit the towns, there's gonna be more drunk punters mistaking them for a novelty ride home. Even the rental companies are a little bit nervous about it. In fact, this whole video was inspired by one company sending us a text message saying, please don't do it. Please don't do it. But for hypotheticals, what would happen if you drink and scoot? Well, you suffer the consequences, just like any other DUI. You could get 6 months imprisonment and an unlimited fine and a driving ban for at least 1 year and 3 years if convicted twice in 10 years. Guys, do the maths, you can literally go to prison for this. Imagine the scenario. You're in your bunk with one-eyed Tony up top, your prison cell buddy peers down from their bed and asks you,
"What are you in for?"
You reply,
"Drinking and scooting?"
You can't be that person who's in for riding an electric scooter intoxicated. You would not last a minute in there. Although on the outside, electric scooters and cars are very different. E-scooters are classified as personal light electric vehicles, which means they are subject to all the same legal requirements, including MOT, tax, and licensing. Drunk drive laws therefore apply when riding an electric scooter. And people have got done.
I'm telling of you, I'm getting you done.
Now, I don't take pleasure in rehashing people's past mistakes because, you know, we're all human and everything ends up on the internet these days. And I'm sure they've learned from their past mistakes, but for the purpose of this video, we need to take a look at what's happened to people that really got it wrong. Take this one young lady who brought GTA to the streets of Newport and got real life busted. Detailed in the article as a December night after drinking double shots of rum with her friend. Rather than finishing the night with a greasy kebab, she ended up with the not so prestigious title as the first female to be convicted of drink driving whilst using an e-scooter. But listen to this, it wasn't just a silly drunken fumble with an e-ride that you might expect. She almost crashed into an unmarked police car. What a night that must have been for her. Speaking of firsts, here's another one. The first lad to be convicted was 1.5 times over the limit. He crashed into a moped, was banned from driving for 16 months and ended up having to fork out over £3,000. I bet he's feeling a little bit silly now, isn't he? 5 men in Newcastle got charged for drink scooting, which means that the rental company there now has decided to switch them off overnight because, well, we can't be trusted. And it's really frustrating because there will be local key workers who work night shifts that don't want to rely on irregular night buses who would love the opportunity to be able to use these scooters to get to work and back. Right now, it's the drunken few that are ruining it for everybody else. But it's not just us boozy-loving Brits making bad decisions. Some plonker in Germany got caught drunk scooting because he was yodeling and riding like a newborn baby giraffe, taking its first steps all over the shop. And Cole can't contain himself.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. We laugh, but it's not okay.
Yodeling.
Yodeling.
A yodeling.
In fact, I will go one further. Take Oktoberfest. Each year, the streets of Munich welcome in around 6 to 7 million punters dressed in lederhosen, ready to smash through steins of Bavarian beer at what is known to be the largest folk festival, or Volksfest, in the world. According to the Oktoberfest International Guide, over the course of the 16-day event, around 6,900,000 litres are knocked back. That's a lot of merry Männer und Frauen. So get this, in 2019, just a few months after e-scooters had finally been legalized in Germany, they were a bit of a novelty for everybody and became an opportune target for hundreds of festival goers. You can only imagine the pandemonium in the streets. Over the course of the festival, the German coppers tallied up 414 alcohol-related offences on electric scooters, with 254 people having driving licenses being taken away. Das ist nicht gut.
Wow, that pronunciation is flawless.
The rollers, as they've come to be known locally in Germany, have now been banned from the festival grounds going forward. Obviously, stories like these are fodder for media outlets because people, specifically anti-scooterers, if that's a word,
What the goddamn hell are you talking about?
love to read and share said articles and then say, I told you so. But we don't want to give them the satisfaction because there is so much potential in these two-wheeled rides for a complete infrastructure facelift that could cut tailpipe pollution, air pollution, and make a city a whole lot healthier place to be. And when I think of all the amazing people I've met through this platform who have been working tirelessly to promote e-scooter legislation here in the UK, who represent so many of us who want to be able to ride a privately owned scooter down the road and not have to fear for the very real chance of getting said scooter seized, it's, to put it lightly, kind of annoying reading about drunk divs hopping on a ride. It really feels like it's crunch time for legislation with these incredibly tentative rental trials rolling out nationwide. And if people decide to chance a drunk scoot home after a pub sesh, it doesn't take much for our government to decide that they're better off left in the pile of failed rides hall of shame. Sinclair C5, Segway, hoverboard, anyone? It's a really simple but oh so important message. Don't drink and scoot. Carry the flame, lead by example, and don't let your mates do something silly. And that is my rant over. Comment below, continue the conversation, share this video to spread the word, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and here's to a lit summer.